Alrighty. C6 versus everything. Let's develop that bishop. H6. Go away. Whoa. You're attacking my bishop, eh? Let's go E6. I'm a greedy guy, so I'm gonna snap this off. That's a free pawn. And I'm looking to trap the lady as well. Looking to trap... Oh, preventing. Let's offer a queen trade. Good. Get some trades in. I can't take the knight because it's pinned, but it's okay. I'm just gonna castle and the knight's gonna look stupid in a move or two. Like, just give me some time. Now the knight has to move back. I'm benefiting. I'm gonna go E5, take away these squares as well. Develop some pieces. Bring the rooks towards the middle. I'm gonna attack this pawn. I have a feeling my opponent might neglect it. No? Okay. All pawns will be defended. Okay. Takes. I want to open things up so I can attack. How about we double rooks on the e-file? Attack white's king before they castle. Yes. All right, you got me. For now. I'm not done yet. Right here. The drop's coming. There we go. Let's bring the knight in. Knight c4 looks like a juicy square. I'm thinking about taking as well. Okay, here. Check. We'll throw this cheeky check in. And then recapture. Now this is mine. I got 3 attackers and there's just 1 defender, so we're looking good. Check. This rook's gonna slide in and we're gonna drive this pawn down. Just down the board. Everything's defended. Push. Yes. I like my bishop, so I'm not going to trade it off. You can take mine, but then I take back, and it's a check. Bring the rook in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's bring this knight in. Got some more ideas. More where that came from. Let's slide this knight in. Threatening knight d3, rook f2 mate. Let me encourage you a little more, if that's okay. Excellent. Check. And now let's double check everything. Rook f2, king can capture, king can slide over, king can move to g2, and it can't go to e1 because of the knight. So that's checkmate. Good stuff. Nova Life, good luck. We have an exchange, Caro-Kann. c3a. I'm gonna go knight f6. They're not blundering the pawns anymore at this level. Boo. I'll play one of the main lines against the exchange. You fianchetto your dark squared bishop, and you play bishop f5. Which, it looks like it weakens the king, but on the other hand, we do have more support for a move like knight e4. So it's double-edged. I'm not gonna trade. I'm gonna go king h8, rook g8, and use the g file to my advantage, hopefully. So we can go here or f8. Either way, let's open up. It can be counterintuitive sometimes. White has more to worry about than black with the open g file. I'm gonna bring this knight to h5 so my queen can join, maybe knight f4. I'll go bishop d6 first, maybe queen h4, and slowly but surely start migrating pieces over. I thought this was playable, but I assumed I had something. Maybe that's a dangerous assumption to just hang upon. I'm like, oh, I'm threatening queen takes h3, something bad's gonna happen. Okay, we'll go b6 first. I don't see a checkmate yet. I'll go b6. My next move is probably rook g6, double up. Use all the ingredients I have in the position. I mean, I have knight g3. I do. I don't want to use it yet. I want to... yeah. It's okay. We're going to take and go pawn f4. We're taking away e3 from a bunch of the pieces. We're reinforcing g3. We're also opening up the f5 square. So I'm going to go knight e7, knight f5, and put another piece here. But not yet. I'm going to wait a moment. How do I want to do this? I have an idea. We're gonna double, and I'm gonna threaten rook takes h3. And I'm still gonna play knight e7, knight f5. But this should be really annoying for my opponent to deal with. Queen d2, rook g8, queen takes pawn, rook h3. Let's prepare it. They do have bishop d2. Oh, okay. Well, they're gonna give up a piece. I'm not gonna complain. I'm just sitting on the position here. I gotta be a little bit careful with the time situation. I do. I don't see a win yet, which is annoying. I have an idea. I need to bring my knight to g3. We need the knight to go to g3. Would you agree? Check. And now what's the move? Black to play. The knight and the queen are lined up for the double. The double check. Knight f1 and queen h2. We finally got in there. Well done. Let's continue. c6 against everything. Develop that bishop. Okay. Just gonna move my bishop out of the way. Something looks wrong here with white's position. I'm gonna take and go queen b6 and just try to go for this pawn. And I just want to target the double D's here. Like this. I'm all nice, secure, solid. Just going for pawn weaknesses. Yeah. I could take here, but I have some ideas, some devilish ideas. I want to go h4, knight f5, knight g3, and set up a special kind of checkmate. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try for sure. Wish me luck, please. Oh. They traded the queens off. I was threatening knight g3 checkmate. It's okay. We'll try for something else. Thank you. This works, if not for that. Oh well. We're gonna push. Where is this knight headed? What do I do here? b5, the knight can't go here. Knight can't go here. Knight can't go there. Looks pretty good for me. Hey, Lipo Steve? Yeah. That's a nice clean trap. I'm tempted to throw this move in. But I'll take the knight first. I really want to make this tactic work. If somebody could assist in that endeavor. Let's take. Start pushing the pawns. Push. As long as you don't blunder, I mean, this material advantage should be enough. I'm gonna offer a knight, because I'm a nice guy. Man, what do I do? What do I have to do to get him to take? Check. I'm up a lot of pawns. We're gonna take here next. If that's okay. This is so close to checkmate. Oh man. Knight check, king here. Let's take here first. I'm trying to set up some sort of checkmate. Easier said than done, eh? Check. Check. Good. Now the king is flushed out. So I need to make sure the king doesn't get back home. So we're gonna take away that escape square. We're preparing checkmate. If here, we're going f4. Or taking away the escape squares. If I give a check, the king goes here. So first f4. Yeah. And now check. And now we're going to be extra greasy. Oh, they're going to run out on time. This is checkmate. But after bishop h5, you don't play the checkmate in one. You play bishop f1 check. King can't go here, here, here. And this was what I was preparing. It's like a painting. Oof. That's what I wanted. Anyways, it was checkmate. One more Caro. There we go. We'll go knight c6. Bishop g4. And then get this bishop out. Just play e6. I'll trade. Queen takes, blunders a pawn. People always blunder it. I don't know why. Knight takes should be... I think we can just grab that pawn. I don't know what I'm missing there. And now I'm just... yeah, just cruising. Just gonna castle and win an endgame. Just, yeah, make it nice and simple. Let's go e5 maybe. Yeah, well, if I go h6. Aha, I didn't see that. Sacrificing to open up my king side. Huh. I'm gonna go knight h7 and try to trade the queens off so I don't get checkmated. Wish me luck. If I can get the queens off, I think I can survive with the open g file. But I need the queens off. The queens have to come off. Well, at least I have this covered, right? As long as that's covered, I'm feeling okay. I'm gonna actually go king g7 and flip the script and attack white. I'm gonna attack white. Let's see what they do about it. Yeah. I can attack your queen. It's not a one-way street. This bishop is saving me. Just covering this g3 square. Oh yeah. Check. And let's go bishop f4, attack the rook, and open up the h file for my rook on h8. This is a very important piece. I'm hoping for rook e2, which takes away the escape square. That would always be encouraging. Gonna go knight here, going for a cheeky check on h2. People might miss it. Cheeky fork. Unfortunately for my opponent, I'm still going knight h2. And I'm wondering, where is your queen going? It's okay. Check. There we go. We got the Caro-Kann here, develop the light squared bishop, then play e6, then develop this bishop, and a pretty comfortable opening. Now I'm going to play a habits move, h6. I just like to extend my bishop, because when they chase it, it's like a reverse London. I have a hideaway on h7. Now this knight needs to develop, so let's put it to d7, and I'd say the opening's good. So this is a question. Do I take with the e pawn or the c pawn? C pawn is symmetrical. We have the c file, but so does white. E pawn means I have the semi-open e file, white doesn't. And it also means I have a queenside majority and black, you know, so I'm gonna play the imbalanced move, e takes. And put a rook here. It's more fun. Yes, you say it's more fun? I agree. So I'm gonna take. Now this is an isolated pawn. And I notice that when I take here, my bishop is aimed at h4. Plus, this is a weakness, an isolated queen's pawn. So takes. Now I get to take this. That totally messes up white's kingside structure. And we win a pawn to boot. So I'm up a pawn. I have a better structure. Safer king. It's looking good. Check. Okay, so I can move my king to g8 or h8. Which move are you leaning towards? Question for the chat. G8. Yeah, I don't like h8 just because there's some potential with the bishop. G8 looks a bit safer. No pin. Good job. Good job. Most of you guys are intelligent. Just kidding. Chess doesn't mean anything. All right, well, okay, this is a dilemma. If I trade queens, I fix the structure. If I don't trade queens and I move my queen back, then they have this d5 move with checkmate threats. So I'm gonna trade queens here. I am up a pawn, so endgame should be good. And at least I noticed that in the end of the queen trade, rook e2. Activate my rook, and then I'm gonna bring my knight to d5, which is a nice outpost. So I'm up a pawn, and I have a much more active position. My knight's coming in. Now we're up 2 pawns. White's just super passive. Now we're up 3 pawns. Gonna bring my king towards the center. I think that's a good habit to have in the end game. Plus, it discourages any penetration on the e file. I'm taking away rook e8, rook e6. All these squares are covered. If you give me the time, I'm gonna pick off this pawn as well. Okay, that's a good move. I'm not in a position to take yet. I will be. Just a bit of time. Oh yeah, another reason to meet us in Europe. If you're a guy, the ladies are beautiful. The ladies are absolutely beautiful. So, you know, highly recommended. People just dress well, you know. I mean, there's beautiful people everywhere in the world, but in the summer in Europe, it's competitive. It's oh, I got no time. I'm no flag thinking about 1 sec. No, they're okay. Let's take here. I'm gonna flag. Let me win this game first. Let's defend everything. Let's bring the king in. Let's attack this. Where is your bishop going, bud? Check. I want checkmate. Check. Attack. I want checkmate. Check. Checkmate. Caro-Kann time. Good luck, Dennis. So we developed the knight, got the bishop out. Now get the other bishop out. Okay, first we take, and now we get this bishop out. Gonna throw in queen c7 just to attack this pawn. And let's complete development. Am I worried about this? I might be. Fine. I don't want you to mess up my pawns. Alright, I'm gonna tuck my bishop in and castle and say my bishop is better than the knight. I'm gonna say that this, hopefully, okay, ooh. Dennis has some energy here. Attacking my bishop. Let's attack the b2 pawn. Let's attack the d4 isolated pawn. I'm attacking this 3 ways, but I'm also attacking this twice. So that's a pretty, this is a very useful move. Now white loses a pawn regardless. Because this pawn is probably going to fall as well, and all in the meantime, things are pretty safe. Oh. Do we keep taking stuff? Let me calculate for a second. Sure. I'm up 2 pawns now. They sacked a piece. I was looking at this. So let's go here. I'm threatening checkmate. Oh, but he didn't see. So now my queen and my rook slide in like this. Queen takes f2, check. And now what's the next move? How do we finish the game? White has not invested any time in defending their back rank. Queen f1. Yep. Back rank checkmate. Peter Langers, good luck. We'll try c6. Develop our light squared bishop. And now this dark squared bishop needs to be developed. Perfect. And I'd say the opening phase is complete. Without any major difficulty. I move my queen off the back rank so my rooks can do something. Maybe e5 if I want to fight for space. Yeah, e5. Just solid. We're just playing solid. Nothing more, nothing less. I gotta remember to move this knight, like here. I can either move the knight or play g6, but my knight's being attacked. I'm attacking this, so I have my own ideas. a5 now, mittens, watch out. I had to hang. Okay, now I'm gonna take the pawn. Okay. Bring the rooks in. I'd like to bring my knight back in. I'll spend a couple moves. But I'm up a pawn at the end of the day, so. Yep. Now we can bring our knight in. Thank you, Creamy Elite Sauce, for the 76 months. Bring the knight in. It's improved a lot from h5 to e4. I'm gonna play a5 just to support my queen and freeze these pawns. And I'm thinking about maybe playing f5, f4 next and activating these rooks. So how about I go here? Now e3 is loose. Where did the music go? I'm thinking about rook e3 and queen d4, but it doesn't quite work yet. But if I go f5, f4, I can loosen this pawn so that the knight hangs. So it's gonna go here. Oh man. We're close to something good. I can feel it. I can feel it. Check. King can take. King can take, but then we pull the king out. So the king can't retreat this way because we have a pawn on e3 covering f2. But the king is looking to retreat to h2 and just be like, look, I'm up a piece. So we can't let that king get there. What's the next move? Yes, king d6 check. Prevent the king from escaping. Now the king's got to go up. King g4 is possible, but queen f4 looks like checkmate in one. King h4, if I go queen f4 check, they go g4, and they're surviving for a couple more moves. How do we check the king so that it doesn't survive? How do we do this so that there is no doubt about checkmate? Let's invest a bit of time and find the most precise way to finish the game off. When you see this, you'll be like, look, that's nice. White wants to use a pawn to block. So the exercise here is check white in a manner in which they cannot use defenders. That's the exercise for you. Check white in a manner that you're only checking in ways that their king has to react. Queen f6 check. King has to go g3 or g4, and no matter what, queen f4 is checkmate, and there's no pawns involved. Well done, Nitro. I'm going queen f4, and I just don't have to worry about white throwing their pieces to block the checkmate. There we go. There we go. GG. c6, d5, develop the bishop, and we're happy. The doubled pawns here aren't too bad because it opens up the e-file. And it also means when we go knight e4, it can be really strong. Okay, here, it's interesting. I can take with the knight or the pawn. Taking with the pawn, it's isolated. That's why I don't want to do it. But taking with the pawn also frees up this knight. But I'm going to take back with the knight just to keep my pawn structure intact. I like this knight. And I like my bishop. I don't like their bishop. All right, let's start attacking. Like this. We're not done yet, buddy. Move your knight back. I got an idea here. You're not gonna like it. Move your knight back, buddy. Buddy, buddy, buddy. It's waiting. We're gonna push, activating the queen and rook. They're coordinated now. Alrighty. So the first move is check, sacrificing the rook for the pawn. Now my queen slides in. Then we take check. So we have at least a draw. At least a draw if we want. But obviously we're looking for more. Obviously. So let me think about this. And I'm gonna go lift my rook up. So if I go rook g6, they can sacrifice their queen. They can. Which is a little disturbing. But I have other ideas. There's a win here. Do you see it? We go check. The king moves. We push this pawn, threatening checkmate. The rook stops, and then we play queen h3. And how do they stop queen h2 checkmate? We're gonna find out. So queen h3, and we're threatening checkmate. They can sacrifice material. That's not going to change how I view it. Gonna take, say thank you. They're gonna go here. I'm gonna take, say thank you. Still threatening checkmate. Now I'm not threatening checkmate. Queen g2 is not checkmate because the queen can take. What's the better move? What do we do now? Well done, Ralph Wiggum. Rook e2. Penetrating the second rank. Threatening checkmate all over. Hitting the queen. And that's all she wrote. We're up a queen for rook. Is it game over? It will be. It will be. I'm just gonna put my queen here. Now they can never move. And what next? I don't need more. My queen and pawn control white's king and rook. The rook's passive defending it. The king can't move. So I'm actually just gonna walk my king down the board and checkmate my opponent. I could go queen e3. I don't care. I'm actually gonna go for what we call a king walk. And I'm gonna mate the living shit out of them. And I'm gonna pre-move checkmate. There we go. That's the dad bod shuffle. That's... If you want to know what that reference is, it's from that famous game from Nigel Short. Nigel Short has a king walk all the way to h6 that he's attempting. Okay, Caro-Kann back at it. So this is, I think, one of the first times in the speedrun somebody's played this line, which is actually pretty common. The main move is knight f6, but I'm going to take with the queen to demonstrate that the position's not amazing. White gets a lead in development for the cost of an isolated queen spawn, which is maybe a small negative, but a lead in development is worth something. So I'm just going to quickly castle, try to negate that. And now I'm going to develop my bishop here, and I think I'm living, living okay. There's no big attack, but sometimes there is. Okay, yeah, this isn't too dangerous. Let's put our rook on c8. And I'm open to trading. I have a bit of a better structure, so I want to take advantage of that. Let's move my queen up so my rook can go to d8, and we can put more pressure on this d3 backwards pawn. Trades are good, especially because it opens up this. How about I gently play a6 to prepare b5? If I can kick out this bishop, then I can take on d3. You threatening to take here, sir? Ah. Didn't think you had it in ya. Wow. Holy moly. Holy moly. I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna let him do it. I think I've calculated something. He didn't see it. Thank goodness. Now we get to take that weakness. Up a pawn. Let's attack this. Okay, so we're up a pawn, and I think we've handled things pretty well. Now would be a good time to make sure we don't get back rank mated. So I'm going to go g6. Now is a good time to use our habits. It's a calm part of the position. Okay. Rook here. This knight's pinned, eh? This rook's not defended anymore. So let's go knight d5. The knight moves. Oh, wow. Don't have to ask twice. I'm not going to take the knight. I'm first going to slide my rook down and take that check. In between move is Zug. And we're winning. That was nice. That was simple. Yeah, the sack line here, rook takes. If I take with a pawn, I lose my queen. I can take here, they can take here. And I can go queen c6, as somebody in the chat pointed out. And it gets messy. I might be threatening mate or hitting this. But what I was actually going to do here is I was just going to move my bishop out of the way. So for example, bishop f8. I'm not going to take this yet. I'm going to attack this, and let's say you move your bishop. Then I just take. And the rook's hanging. It would have been like more of an equalish position. The really accurate move here is king f8. Defending my bishop and introducing the threat of pawn takes rook. Then black's winning. But that would require me to try pretty hard. King f8 is just winning. Two pieces are hanging. c6. Develop our light squared bishop. Everyone does this. This time I'll tuck my bishop in. One thing you'll notice is the positions are very solid. They're not the most exciting. They're also not very risky. So you have a lot of really solid centers like that look like that. More symmetrical positions. But we're not getting mated, you know. That's a plus. Unless you want to get mated. Do you want to get mated? Go bishop d6. Please go queen here. I have a surprise for you. After queen... Ooh. Do you know what the surprise was after queen g5? What was the surprise that I had? Queen g5, black to move. Put on your thinking helmets. YouTube. Use the whole board. Well done. Rook h5 and the queen is trapped. That's the benefit of the open h file. Well done. Well done. Okay, we have a pin. Let's add more fuel to the fire. We might still introduce this idea. Pretty open-minded to it. First queenside castle. Maybe they'll go f4. That's a good way of getting out of the pin. I probably should have dealt with that better. Oh well. Let's harass the queen because I want to win this. I want to win this, yes. Knight d7, f4 I didn't like. That defends the knight and unpins them. Just tuned in, chessbrah, nice shirt, thank you. Got it from Jack and Jones a few days ago. Just looking for some comfortable summer wear. Especially for our trip to Europe where it's going to be hot. And they don't have AC usually. So I need airflow. I need to be able to undo my buttons at all times. Now I take this knight. Grabby, grabby. Yes, this is hanging. But I thought I would get some good activity. Taking this. Material's even, but this is loose. There's a few loose things here. Okay. So even though material's even, I don't mind my position because I'm pretty active here. But I need to figure out what to do with this knight. Knights on the rim are dim. You guys know the saying. So let me go rook f6. I think that forces the queen to go here. And then I'm gonna go rook h6. I'm actually threatening knight g3. It's a cheeky move. It is, but it does work, so. Because of the pin. Because of the pin. My opponent's playing well. What can I say? Very solid, very decent player. But winning a pawn is nice. Now I move my knight back and I defend g7 because it was loose. And yeah, I'm up a pawn, can't complain. Let's go knight f4 now. I'm attacking this. Thank you. Check. Thanks for that. Let me give a check here. Now I'm up a rook. Check. And how do you finish the game off? Good job, happiest spare bear. Queen b2. Coordinator, queen and rook. Get that second rank battery. And that's checkmate on b2 next. A river there, chief. Good luck. Okay. The advanced variation of the Caro. Let's bring that bishop out. Now, white has a bit of a space advantage with these pawns, so I want to undermine it. I'll go bishop g6 because I like the h file sometimes. Bring the knight in. Sometimes I like to play queen b6. Hopefully you're picking up a few moves. I will accept a trade offer. I will. You want to go knight b5 and knight d6. I don't like the look of that, so I'm going to go a6 and take that option away. Don't like the optics of deep knight in my position. Okay, this knight needs to develop, so let's castle. Move the knight out and castle. Take. I don't know if I can take this. I'm not castled yet. Let's be practical and castle first before we go hunting. Now this is an interesting dilemma. Normally we take with the h pawn, but I'm gonna take with the f pawn to open up the f file and use the f file to my advantage. Maybe rook f4. You see how I'm trying to use the f file, then knight f5 after. I think I can make an argument here. I think I have an argument to be made. Yes. Yes. I see something here. I'm gonna do it. Am I gonna do it? No, I'm gonna wait. We'll go g5, g4. But sacrificing was tempting. This is a Milfsman shirt? What does that mean? JK Russia. Like MILFs will like this shirt? Is that what you're saying? Push. Bring the knight in. I'm attacking this. What's a Milfsman? That's a new word for me. I'll take it. I'll take that as a compliment. My opponent's playing well there, eh? I'm gonna go rook e4. I want to go queen h4, but g3 forks everything. No, that move's okay. There's a couple of reasons why I'm not concerned about this. A, if we trade everything and they take here, I have rook b8 winning. B, I can also take here. All you need to do is a little bit of calculation. I saw one move further than my opponent. Rook b8, and it's lights out. It's lights out. Just a little bit of calculation. And there's no way to prevent material loss here. GG. Caro-Kann, we're playing as black every single game, and we're playing the bird as white. Okay, we got the exchange variation. Okay, develop this bishop. Nice structure. I could give up my bishop for the knight. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I don't really feel the pressure. I'd rather white play g4 and make weaknesses. Now I can even go bishop g6 and harass the queen, but rook c8 because I have a semi-open c-file, which is going to be useful. No bishop for you. I'm gonna tuck my bishop in. Let's harass this. Gonna harass the queen. I'm gonna harass the queen some more. You can win my queen and I'll win your queen. That means I have the bishop pair. So I think that's a plus. Ah, okay. If you don't want to trade, then I'm even more happy. Now I'm gonna migrate my pieces over to the queen side. This knight is only defended by the pawn and I have two attackers. I probably want to take with a knight so that I recapture the bishop and I have mating threats on b2, as opposed to taking with the bishop. Take with a knight first, then take like this, and now I'm threatening a6 and mate. Yeah. Yeah. I really want to play this. There's a good move here. There's a good move here. Where? Oh, the music is fire. There's a win here. There's a nice win here. Yeah. We'll try it. We'll try it. Rook takes, king takes, and we have knight c5. That's the key move. Knight c5. That's the important discovery. Oof. My bishops are about to say hi. What do they take the knight? Then I take on b2 and I checkmate. Do you remember the windmill? Do you like being windmilled? When a guy windmills you? Because if you take the knight, be prepared to get windmilled. Some guys like it. They're into that stuff. This is a quick death. But my move was so nice. We don't cut the tape. King takes, knight c5 check. If king c1, knight b3 is mate. If king d2, knight b3 is mate. If bishop d3, I have knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, and this is going to be mate. Everything is mate. Everything is mate. What other move am I missing? It's all mate. It all leads to mate. Mittens, rook d2, I just take. What do you mean bishop d2? There's mates everywhere. Guys, you guys are forgetting. Oh, okay. You're asking rook d3? Same thing. I'm threatening this. I'm threatening this. I'm threatening this. I'm threatening this. Start already. Good luck. Let's get a good final Caro-Kann. So I took with the queen once. Now knight f6 is the other theoretical move. We're going to take back with the knight. So that when they go knight c3, our queen doesn't get hit with tempo. And now we're just going to go for a castle. So this is standard. I got to develop this bishop, but white has an isolated queen's pawn. So a bit of a trade-off. I'm gonna go bishop f6 maybe. This way I can maybe target this pawn. What do you say? Can I take an eat? I just won the isolated pawns are weaker, so just won it. And now I'm gonna get rid of this bishop. Perfect. But it's not that simple. Even though I'm up a pawn, white's ahead in development. And I don't know what to do with this bishop. So I'm actually going to play bishop c6 and offer... They played quickly. I was going to give my pawn back. But now that they let me, I get to put my bishop on c6 and life is good. Now I'm just up a clear pawn and I have good pieces. Let's just go for an endgame. Go for an endgame now that we're up a pawn and there's not a lot happening here. I calculated something here. Now I'll just go rook here. Attack. You want to go bishop here. To be honest, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Maybe even throw this move in? No? Bishop here is actually pretty annoying. There's a couple threats. I like the way my opponent's playing this. And I don't like the way I'm playing it. I'm gravely concerned about a couple moves here. We have to attack this bishop. My queen is on d8, so I can play f6. But when my queen was here, if I played f6, white could have just taken that pawn because it's pinned due to the queen on g3. But now that I'm in time to do it, I'm okay again. f6 is a big move. Now I can go e5 and take away the counterplay. a6, make sure this pawn doesn't hang. Maybe rook d3 or rook d2 next. But I've removed the threat of getting mated. And now I have my own threats, my own ideas of mating. Oh boy. It's very tempting to sacrifice. We're gonna do it. For the final game, we're gonna sack. I'm not sure if it works, but for the final game, we have to do it. We have to go for a mate. We have to set up the queen and bishop battery and go for it. I don't think it works, but it also doesn't lose. We have to end with a bang. A flashy finish. Check. Check. So now I got my money back right away. I already got all my money back. I sacked a rook for 2 pawns. Now I got two pawns back, and I'm threatening the mating ideas again. Ring around a rosy. Just back at it. Back at it. I'm looking for checkmate. It's somewhere here. I'm probably going to put my queen back here, if that's okay. Hopefully hopefully that's okay. Hopefully that's acceptable. Now I bring my rook, try to get him from behind. Rook f1, some mating ideas. Check. There's some resistance here. That's annoying. Resistance is annoying. Check. We're gonna mate the king eventually. Good game. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the C6 speedrun. We're making a ton of content like this, and the best way to support the channel is just subscribing to our YouTube channel, turning on notifications by clicking the bell button, and watching the videos. Anyways, if you want to continue watching the C6 speedrun, just click over there.